Do you ever wish you could go back in time and talk to your younger self?
Wait. We're not talking about Avengers spoilers, are we?
No.
Okay, good.
And we're not talking about Doctor Who, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about Dear Younger Me, the Homesteading Edition. Coming right up. Welcome to the Dear Younger Me Homestead Edition collaboration. So far, we have the following channels participating: Dirtpatcheaven and Liz Zorab with Byther Farm.
We got Bois Homestead and the Almost Homestead.
We also have Mama Grows and Farm Alarm.
We've got them in this playlist that we'll link to down below, but I would love to add your video. So please, shoot your video, Dear Younger Me Homestead Edition. What do you wish you knew when you were younger that would make you farther ahead in your homesteading journey? What would you like other people to know about your homesteading journey so that they can learn and that they can be more successful? Please make a video and be sure and send us a link or comment down below with a link to your video, and I will add it to our playlist. I'm Lorella. I'm not a farm girl. And 5 years ago, I moved my family from the city to the farm so that we could lead a more organic lifestyle with closer ties to our food and to our land. But there's some things I know now that I wish I had learned when I was a lot younger. So if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna write myself a letter. Is that okay with you guys?
Sounds good.
That's good, yeah.
All right.
You're gonna stick it in that notebook mailbox?
Lake house?
No, Lake House. Yeah, I knew it was one of those chick flicks. Yeah, that one.
All right.
It's movie reference night.
Good job. Dear Younger Me, plant trees first.
I mean, we're called Plan B Orchard and Farm, and we have, what, 5 trees now?
Yes, and they just got planted this year.
We gotta start though. We finally started.
Right, so I would go back and tell myself, get those trees in the ground. Because if 5 years ago when we moved here, we had planted fruit trees, we would be bearing fruit now. We'd be harvesting fruit already.
I'd be sitting on my front porch eating an apple like I want to do. You know that whole thing?
Same song, second verse.
5 years ago, though, we
Just as good as the first.
think we were going to be living here on Grandma's property. We thought we were going to be moving to a different property.
True. We did think that we were going to move to another property, but when we started building the house, we could have planted some trees. The thing is, we were focused on getting the house built. We poured our money and energy and time into that. But I would say if you're thinking about homesteading, probably a good idea for you to start with trees. Before you buy animals, before you build or remodel, plant some trees so that you can start harvesting sooner rather than later. Dear Younger Me, number 2, food is fuel and medicine. Eat healthy and grow and raise as much of your own food as possible. I wish I had known before my kids were born what food can do to you, both good and bad. But I didn't realize that you could heal yourself by eating the right foods. I didn't realize what an impact it would have on your overall health and your ability to do things around the farm, and so on. I think the first time we really thought about food as fuel and food as healing was when Chris was in the worst pain of his back injury. He has some spinal decompression, and we started juicing, and we noticed an immediate difference in our health. And I think that's really right around the time that we started to eat more whole foods, eat more meals cooked from scratch rather than boxes. We started going out to eat less. We added a lot more green food, fruits and vegetables.
Hitting up the farmer's market, organically grown.
Yeah.
And now I know the label at the store that says organic isn't the be-all, end-all of organic, but when you're going to the farmer's markets and you know where it's coming from, you know the growers, that makes all the difference. Right,
so growing as much of our own food as possible, eating a lot more locally sourced foods. We just got our delivery of raw milk today. I was very excited to get that. And I think I would have set up more healthy habits for my kids early on rather than the burger and pizza and fast food lifestyle that I lived, then I think that had we started when they were babies, they would just be used to eating healthy. It would be their norm.
And you know, really, has the burger, fast food, pizza lifestyle changed in the last 50 years? I think it's not the same as it used to be.
That's probably true.
I think it's more like scientifically engineered than it was in our day.
I have to agree, but
You were there?
Eating healthy.
That's right.
We had pizza for dinner tonight.
Yes, we did. So we are not 100% on the whole food cooking from scratch. We still do have the occasional fast food meal. We still do go out from time to time. But I would say that compared to when you were in elementary school, where we would eat out at restaurants maybe 3 or 4 nights a week and then have leftovers the next day, we cook a lot more whole food and scratch foods.
Definitely.
So we are not there by any means, but just think how much farther along this journey we would be had we started a long time ago. Dear Younger Me, number 3. Not succeeding is not the same as failing. Now, I've thought a lot about this one, and I had a big fear of failure and of taking risk and of dreaming and trying new things for a long time. And I think that really held me back from being willing to move into this self-sufficient lifestyle that Chris was interested in. And I think when that really started to change for me was when I got into running. And there's a statement among runners that a dead last finish is better than a did not finish, which still trumps a did not start. So no matter how many miles you ran, no matter how much you had to walk or anything like that, you still got farther than the person who's at home sitting on the couch. And I think that that really translates over to homesteading. You know, one more vegetable that we grow in our garden is better than a vegetable from the store. Or a vegetable from the store or a meal cooked from scratch from the store is still better than a meal cooked from canned or boxed foods. So I think that even though we are not fully self-sufficient yet, you know, one solar panel is that much better than the person who's fully grid reliant. And so I think in that sense, when you have taken any step as a homesteader, any step towards self-sufficiency, you're still better than those people back in the city sitting on the metaphorical sofa who haven't even taken the first step of putting on their metaphorical running shoes.
And that goes back to the trees, right?
Yes.
Taking that first step sooner gets you to where the end where you want to be
that much sooner.
That much sooner. Even if it's just a little tiny baby step.
Correct. And go ahead. Were you going to say something else? No. And I think there's an old adage that our generation perhaps has forgotten, but rings true. It's if at first you don't succeed, try again. Try again. And I think on the homesteading, that's kind of the motto. It's you don't give up, you don't get discouraged and, you know, move back to the city. You just keep working at it until you get better, because eventually you will reach those goals.
I saw a video today that Dirtpatch put out, and Julie was talking about getting rabbit cages instead of building them this time.
Right. I saw that.
Because she was planning on moving versus, you know, or preparing to be able to take it with her to be more mobile.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a learning process that she's gone through over these last several years.
Right. Her family's had to move a couple times.
Right. And being able to learn and fight the discouragement by now saying, this time, if I have to move, I have these and they can come with me.
Right. So being willing to modify what you've done in prior times so that you can have more successes in the future.
Yeah, part of the learning process.
And I think also that some things that you do succeed in our case like geese, maybe are not the right thing.
Well, that ties right in to my Dear Younger Me number 4.
Don't get geese?
Dear Younger Me, do not, for any reason, buy geese. Just don't do it.
Well, now see, I disagree with that one.
Have you forgotten?
I have not forgotten. However, if you intend to butcher your geese, they are a great source of meat and they're fast growing.
So if you want a Christmas goose or something.
Yeah.
Right. So for some people, geese might be great on the homestead. But dear younger me, don't buy the geese.
I think it might have also gone differently if we had them from babies versus getting geese from somebody else that were already full grown.
Mature geese.
And maybe dear older me, at some point down the road, geese might be right for you.
Well, I just would like to say, on the upside of having geese, they talk about how they don't need a lot of feed because they're going to eat grass. They're going to be your lawnmowers.
Which is true if they don't have easily accessible feed.
But because all of our birds free range, they were just eating the chicken feed, and they eat a lot of it. And they still ate grass, and they left big green geese bombs.
Those geese bombs are terrible.
Everywhere. Right?
It was very vicious. It chased us.
It wasn't vicious.
It was aggressive.
It was very aggressive.
And it pecked at us. Not as much you, but the rest of us. It wanted to be Chris's best friend. Is a nice way of saying it. Romantic partner.
Dear younger me, don't buy the geese.
Tag You're It. Go make your own video. Dear Younger Me Homesteading Edition.
Hey, and if you do make a video, link to your video down in the comments so we can make sure we see it.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
The Rooster Crows.
Dad, any input in there?
Why don't you just do a squiggly line instead of actually writing it?
Why are you doing that?
It's not rehearsed.
Because
I didn't know what was coming and I didn't know what to say. So
She wanted it to look nice on camera but not actually use the effort.
I didn't want to talk as slow as I write.